Hey, welcome to Movie Lover 22, the podcast that loves to take 3-year sabbaticals and then come back like nothing's changed, even though plenty has changed, like the logo, the cover art, the format. Really what hasn't changed is that I'm still talking about movies. Lately, as I've been trying to go to the theaters more and enjoying movies like A Good Hermit, people have been asking me if I'm going to see certain movies. These are those movies and why I'm not going to watch them. Also, movies that I definitely want to see in the next couple months. And also an update for the podcast because, it has been 3 years. And then suddenly, I drop an episode for Long Legs because I watched that. So I wanna start with that real quick. And it's not an apology. I'm not sorry. Life happens. Things get in the way. My life is drastically different than it was 3 years ago. And I have, again, in my life, found real enjoyment in film. And when I saw Long Legs, I walked out of that theater and I was like, I gotta talk about this movie. I have to get back and start writing things down and dissecting and then just yapping about it for 15-20 minutes. And so I did, and I just haven't stopped doing that. I am still planning on doing a structured second season for this podcast. This current episode you're listening to right now is I'm classifying it as a supplemental kind of thing. Then there will be other episodes where I don't know if I'm going to consider it as a part of a structured 10-episode season like I did the last time around, or if they're just going to be just like little one-offs here and there. I'm still figuring that out, but this was something that I wanted to do because people keep on saying, hey, are you going to see this movie? It looks like it's going to be good. And here's those movies, and no, I'm not going to see them. Number 1 is Maxine. Please stop asking me if I'm watching the X trilogy. It's not something that looks remotely interesting to me. It's not even a question of if it's good. It's a question of, did the director produce a product that grabs my attention? And it doesn't look like it. People keep telling me that as an artist, as an enjoyer of film, I should be open to watching anything. And there's definitely something to be said for that. But there are some movies that I just can't sit through because I know I'm not going to have a good time. All I see are movie trailers that people are losing their minds over and getting hyped. And for some reason, they can't see that movie's not going to be as good as they think it is. Disney is one of the greatest purveyors of this. And horror movies are in second place, with every fucking new movie being the scariest movie of the year. Long Legs has been hailed as the scariest movie of the year, or the scariest of the last decade since the second trailer dropped. It's a decent movie. It's pretty good. Not amazing, not the scariest, not my favorite, by a long shot. There are many flaws with it. There are many good and fun and creepy things about it. Scariest? Fuck no. But these people have such low expectations that even a movie like Long Legs suddenly rises above all the rest because a few thousand people with mediocre taste in film say so. It's the same reason why we have 5 movies in the Conjuring universe. And you know what? I'm probably wrong. It's probably 6. And I'm not saying T.I. West is a bad director. I'm saying I don't care about his work. At least he's better than Adam Wingard. Fuck that guy. Number 2 on my list is Beetlejuice. Now, I saw the original when I was quite young. And you know what? I didn't like it. It didn't strike me. Looking back, I don't care about it. I feel no desire to revisit it to see if I might change my mind. You know what it is? I don't like Tim Burton. He's creepy as shit in real life, and he doesn't make movies that I'm interested in putting myself through. When I think of Tim Burton, I have to jump through some hoops to get the things that I like. I like the All-American Rejects version of Jack's Lament, so it's not even a Tim Burton thing. I like Sacha Baron Cohen in Sweeney Todd. That's not a Tim Burton thing. That's a Sacha Baron Cohen being a fucking great actor thing. Also a good singer. Also, stop making sequels to movies that came out over 20 years ago. It's aimed at my demographic and older who have kids and go, hey, remember this movie? Your old man loves this movie. Hey, look, now there's another one. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch the old one. I'm going to make you sit through 4 hours of movie. No. Please no. Number 3 is Twisters. The original is a piss poor movie. I did not enjoy it at all. All I saw were problems. Everything was so over the top, distracting for me. I did not enjoy it. Again, you can't name a single sequel that came out 20 years later that's an actual good movie. As a side note, Top Gun Maverick is the only long-term sequel worth watching. Okay, that's one. But I promise you can't do another one. 4, A Quiet Place, Day 1. Again, the original wasn't particularly good. And now, this poorly executed idea got a fucking franchise. And we should be embarrassed by that. The one thing that intrigued me about this movie was seeing Cillian Murphy in the trailer, only to find out he's not even credited in the movie. Also, I learned he plays an important character in the second one. I'm still not going to see it. Number 5, Wicked. Now this one, of all of them, irritates me the most. Because I actually really like Wicked. It's really good. I actually saw it on Broadway. I thought it was fantastic. And now, they made it into a movie. And people have been watching the trailer. And they can't tell that it's gonna be awful. It looks like shit. The designs look goofy as fuck. And the music playing in the trailer is the most important song in the entire show. And because it triggers that emotional response that it's supposed to trigger, people are going to go in droves to see this mediocre movie and say it's great because it reminds them of the other thing they like, which is actually good. It's fucking embarrassing. Please stop watching bad movies. Now, here are movies I'm actually interested in watching. 1, The Bike Riders. This one has an asterisk to it. Now, I do like Austin Butler and Tom Hardy, and it looked like a pretty good drama, but it's no longer in theaters. And it also looks like one of those movies where if I don't see it in theaters, then it kind of just drifts into non-existence. But I was interested in seeing it, but I guess that's over now. Number 2 is Kinds of Kindness. I thought Poor Things was fantastic. So I was excited that Yorgos, whatever his name is, next film was coming to theaters so soon after. But it had a weirdly limited release, and I didn't get the chance. But I will be watching it. Unlike Bike Riders, I will make a big effort to watch Kinds of Kindness. 3 is Cuckoo. Now, I like Hunter Schafer, and I gotta say that's all I know about that movie so far, really, and that it's body horror, which can be really, really interesting. Although, I did read that it really doesn't hit the mark because Americans don't have a great track record with making weird shit. You know, like maybe the French or the Germans do, the Japanese as well, but mostly the French and the Germans, I think. So I'm intrigued by it, but I'm a little skeptical. I am interested. I probably will try to see it in theaters, but we'll see. Number 4 is Alien Romulus. Now, I know what you're thinking. We have, like 5+ pretty bad Alien movies. We have Alien 3, which, I'm sorry, David Fincher, we all know it's bad because, Fox. Alien Resurrection, which is just, I don't want to think about it. And then we have the Alien versus Predator stuff, and then we have all the other ones, and it's just, it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on. And then we have Prometheus, which is not a good movie, but is amazingly beautiful. And Michael Fassbender is one of the greatest actors alive. And then we have Alien Covenant, which I didn't like when I saw it in theaters, but decided to watch it again 7 years later, and it's actually pretty fucking good. Not amazing. It has its flaws, of course. Like, it's got some, some things in it are they're pretty dumb. But, I liked it. And then we have Romulus with the director of the Evil Dead remake. I can't say his name. I'm not gonna try. I feel good about it every time I come across a name, but when it comes to record, I lose all confidence. But I liked the Evil Dead remake. It's quite good. And then we get these trailers, and you know what? They look pretty good too. And it comes out in like 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm gonna go see it. Number 5 is Deadpool and Wolverine. And you know what? I have already seen it twice. It's very fun. I had a good time. And I will be talking about it. Absolutely. Because I had a good time. And the last time I laughed that much in a movie was when I went to go see Theater Camp last year. Number 6 is Trap. I know. I'm surprised it's on my list too. M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong's movie that he made just so his daughter could have a fucking concert movie piqued my interest. Now, half of my brain thinks this movie will be fucking awful. But I like Josh Hartnett, and the trailer didn't look half bad. I mean, it didn't look amazing, but, it caught my eye. If M. Night's name wasn't in the trailer, I would have been genuinely interested in it. And I think it's potentially a form of self-hate for me to watch this movie by a director who's only made 2 good movies in his entire career and hope that it won't kill some brain cells. I don't know if I'm going to see it in theaters. I think I would only see it in theaters. So. Honorable mention for a movie I am interested in seeing is Blink Twice. It intrigued me. And I hope it doesn't suck. That's all I'm going to say about it. The honorable mention for a movie I do not want to see is Speak No Evil, the new Blumhouse abomination starring James McAvoy. Now, James McAvoy, to be fair, looks like he's doing the work. He's earning that paycheck. But the rest of it looks like hot garbage, which is very easy to explain. It's a Blumhouse movie, and they typically stick to their formula of hot garbage because that name, Blumhouse, sells tickets. Similar to a director that I mentioned just a few moments ago. I'm going to end with this. I would like to extend my gratitude. If you are a new listener, thank you very much. I hope this was mildly entertaining, just as a little supplemental thing. I hope you stick around for things to come, for me to geek out and just talk a lot about movies that I like and enjoyed, and hope, and that I get to share that with the the 9 people who listen to this. And if you are a returning listener, welcome back. It's been a while, and we have some really good shit ahead. All right, play me out.